Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Dan. So for today's video, I'll be talking about something that's fairly low budget, and yes, it's a blast from the past. But that's fun. I don't mind talking about these types of movies because it's something I tend to do anyway. Come to think about it. So yes, of course, it's gonna be something that's hardly ever mentioned or just rarely talked about. It's a Western movie, of course. Doing that again here. Anyway, so film is here's the film I'm gonna be talking about. Because might as well. I've viewed quite a few of these. Anyway, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So here we go. Oh yeah. So yes, there was this whole bit where in search of the identity of his parents, we get to see that there was this character named Kin, whom rides through this place, this canyon, to meet a man who has information about them. So when strangers fire on Kin, he is rescued by this individual, and let's just say that yes, upon finding the man he was who he was met murdered, Kin learns that the Phantom, and this Phantom is this mysterious individual, of course, who, of course, stalks the canyon, but only attacks people associated with the outlaw. Interested in remaining near, let's say, this character named Ginny who rescued Kin. Kin does take up impersonating the Phantom to unearth this mystery behind of his heritage, so to speak. So this comes off like one of these drama type movies, and that's fine. A lot of these Western films I've reviewed tend to have a touch of drama, so that in itself isn't necessarily a bad thing. So that tends to be a thing with these kinds of movies, so that's fine, of course. Yes, obviously, this is definitely something that is fairly short, really. It's not too long, so there's that. I don't mind it really. Sometimes it works best just to keep things fairly short in these types of movies. That's fine. But anyway, yes, the pretty much concerns uh, around this one man's search for his unknown identity, so to speak, I guess. When it comes to his past and whatnot, I guess more specifically his parents, and there's this kind of thing that comes with that. Of course, there's also this wrench war he walks into upon his quest. So yes, there's this weird stuff going on in a good way. It's crazy. It's got throw in some drama, I suppose. And yes, I can definitely say that this Western movie is definitely thoroughly enjoyable and has a touch of mysterious creepiness, which I did think is a good thing. Yes, there's this character named Phantom, which I do think is a pretty cool character, and he's dressed up in all in black with a bat-like cape, and yes, he happens this Tombstone Canyon where he picks off with a shotgun, I guess you can say. Uh, and let's just say that he's pretty crazy in his own little way. You gotta have some kind of a real adventure throughout the entire thing, as you should when it comes to these types of movies, of course. And yes, obviously, this is definitely a pretty crazy movie as things start to build up really quickly in the grand scheme of things. Yes, we get to see that King is ambushed in the canyon by some unknown gang. So of course, there's gonna be like a fist fight here and there, maybe some wine and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I can definitely say is that this does have a pretty good amount of action thrown in there, of course, which of course is a good thing. When it comes to these types of movies, clearly you want some action thrown in there because that's part of the charm of these type of movies. Have some action, horseback riding, fist fights, guns, and all that jazz. That's gonna be part of the charm of these movies, which personally I don't mind it really. The elements are there quite clearly when it comes to this type of a movie. And yes, quite obviously, that's definitely is a thing here. But anyway, and then I can definitely say this is pretty entertaining. Yes, of course, this does have its charm when it comes to these low budget features where the main character is attempting to do the right thing because part of his job. It's part of his job to do the right thing, quite obviously. And that's fine. Yes, you can always argue that it's a caricature at this point because more often than not, when I review these movies, yes, of course, they tend to have these good characters who want to do the right thing. Yes, quite clear there's going to be quite a bit of complications as story goes. Well, gotta have some drama thrown in, I reckon. But that's fine. Nothing inherently wrong with that. Anyway, but that's the thing though. When it comes to these types of movies, yes, of course, you have to make sure the story is engaging enough. You have to make sure the story itself isn't too shabby. Like we're trying to say, folks, yes, this movie isn't very long. Yes, of course, that's definitely is can be a good thing. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily have to be too long to make a good movie, really. But yes, it's quite short at the end of the day. I mean, yes, a lot of these I've reviewed are quite short anyway. So this is no different, of course. This is, of course, fairly short, and that's fine. I personally don't mind it really. It works for what they were trying to aim for in the grand scheme of things. It's a pretty crazy, weird story, wild story, I should say, because I can see what they were trying to aim for. Gotta make it exciting some kind of way. Gotta make it wild at the end of the day, and they definitely do that here, of course. Considering the fact that you have to throw some action, you have to throw in some fist fights and whatnot, and that's fine. I like that actually. As for the story itself, it's pretty fairly straightforward with some pretty good story elements at the end of the day, and that's fine. The story itself isn't too bad for what they were trying to aim for. Yes, of course, it's not going to have anything too fancy at the end of the day, because you have to keep in mind, yes, it's a pretty low budget feature anyway, so there's definitely a thing. There's definitely a thing there, folks. Just gotta remind you that, of course, that is not a very big budget. But personally speaking, folks, if I'll be honest with you, I prefer a lot of these old stuff anyway, because a lot of the new stuff seems rather lacking, if I'll be honest with you, folks. But anyway, as far as this film's concerned, I didn't mind it really. I didn't think that it was too shabby for what they were trying to aim for and whatnot. So there's that. I did think the acting in this movie isn't too bad for what they were trying to aim for. Yes, of course, I can definitely say that it's solid. The acting here is serviceable. I reckon the acting here is serviceable. I suppose it does its job. It does what it's supposed to be doing quite clearly. So as far as acting is concerned, like I was saying, it does its job. So that right there isn't too bad, I guess. But okay, in regards of the music said it's pretty much what it's trying to do. The music does fit for what we're trying to aim for in the grand scheme of things. The music is trying to enhance the action sequences and whatnot. So okay, that was that. So anyway, folks, ultimately I can say this wasn't too shabby for what they were trying to do. And a lot of people might dismiss it, but still. Anyway, I'll give this film an overall rating of a 7.0. I think it's a 7.0 for me. So as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya later.